For a whole year now, we've been talking about an event that's going to be coming up this very weekend. And if you couldn't tell, Paul Williams is heavily involved. Paul Williams joining us on the couch here, along with Marni Barron of Soul Tree. And guys, we're talking about the prostate cancer walk. We'll get to you. But Marni, I want to understand your involvement and what you're excited about, because Saturday is coming quick. That is when the event is.
That's right. And so Soul Tree's happy to be the medal sponsors this year. So all participants will receive one of these medals. And then also the book, Every Moment Matters, that we've talked about a few times. I'll be there on site autographing complimentary copies of the book for the kids.
Always love when we have authors on the show, by the way. Marni's done a great job with this book. If you've got kids, they should check it out because the message in here is fantastic. Can you just give us a little breakdown and then we'll get into what's happening with Paul here?
Sure. So again, thought that this book would be a great fit with the Prostate Cancer Walk because it celebrates unsung heroes and thinking about how many unsung heroes are associated with prostate cancer and care. And so this book is based on a real life unsung hero, Jamil, who is somebody who's the equipment manager for the Washington Wizards. I
love the story. You know, we've talked about this before, but I like the idea of those unsung heroes because we all have them in our lives. And, you know, Paul, you've probably met a bunch of unsung heroes along your journey. You're somebody that's a survivor of prostate cancer. You've gone through this, you know, long arc of having, you discover you have it, you beat it, and now you're trying to give back. So why is this weekend important?
Well, a couple of reasons. First of all, the fact that see, you've got to understand, Marni's one of my favorite people in working with this project because she brings the aspect of the kids, and thanks to her, we had to open up our eyes on other people that could show up with the kids. So, so we went and got some, fruit pops are going to be available for the kids. We're working on a jumper. We're trying to see if we want to deal with that or not, legalities and and my significant other is a lawyer, so she's trying to lawyer me out of that. But anyway, that being said, this particular year, I was concerned because of all the budget cuts that I found out that we've been hearing about with Medicare and Medicaid. And the worst thing that could ever happen in this kind of a fight is not being screened because of financial problems or Medicare and Medicaid cuts. So this year, we added a wrinkle that includes a free blood PSA test for anybody that shows up. Even if you don't show up for the race, we're going to still test you, okay? You can still come to the party, and we're going to have a cookout afterwards anyway. And we got a special guest that's coming, right?
Yes, we're going to have Petey the Peacock. And so Petey the Peacock, your mascot, is going to be there also giving away coloring books and taking photos with the kids.
And we tell people all the time, Petey, most famous person in the building. He goes to an event. Everybody wants to see Petey. Paul, I want to ask you a little bit about, you talk about the testing. You talk about how important it is. But people don't necessarily always understand, and I've heard you bring this up a million times. One of the most important things with prostate cancer is there are no symptoms for a long time.
Well, see, that's the scary part about it because Marni's had people in her family that have dealt with prostate cancer in different levels, so have I, myself. The problem is that a lot of times guys get caught up in the machismo of, well, if it ain't hurt, I ain't worried about it. Problem with prostate cancer is by the time you wait like that, it's game over. We're checking you in the hospice. So you got to get this screening done before you feel anything. You got to get it done if you're feeling anything. And then you got to get stuff done so that you can do something about this thing. It is the most preventable cancer you can have, but if you don't catch it early, it will jump on any part of your body. You could end up with lung cancer and you ain't smoked a day in your life.
And that's why this is so important. It's not just that you guys are having an event to bring people together, it's that you're getting that information out to the public. So whether it's somebody that might be at risk of prostate cancer, whether it's somebody that just has family members that might be at risk of prostate cancer, this information is important for the people at home to have.
And not only that, and I remember, Marni, you were telling me about it, which is that it's the people that are connected to the prostate cancer. They need to be there too.
Right, and so me being the woman perspective on this couch talking about prostate cancer, men, please, we love you, take care of yourself. It's a simple blood test and it could really be life-changing for not only the men, but obviously their support system.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is a family issue, just as important as breast cancer would be for women, ovarian cancer, which actually this is the month for them as well. But I got to say something to the guys. Listen, your machismo should be able to last 3 Mississippis.
Yeah.
Because that's how long the exam takes. If we're not doing any digital exams at all, I need to make that
it's
clear.
a blood test.
There's a blood test. But if you get a blood test back and it says that your test comes back hot, for lack of a better phrase, if you come back hot for that blood test, the last problem you're going to be worried about is a digital exam privately with a urologist later that takes 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It's done.
Yeah.
I mean, any man can take a discomfort for 3 Mississippis, right?
And it's all about life-saving preventative care. This is something, as you pointed out, people can survive this. You've got to find out you have it, but this is not the kind of thing that has to be a death sentence unless you wait too long.
And a lot of people don't think that they're at risk. So let me throw some new numbers at you. 1 out of 8 men will get prostate cancer. Now I'm talking about you right now, Charlie. One out of every Italian, Hispanic, Latino, or brown man, whether he's Indian, or whatever, you got any kind of color on you, you're 1 out of 7. If you're 1 out of 6, if you're a black man, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're as light as Marni or dark as me, you're in that risk. Now here's the part that's scary. Guess whose numbers are now ramping up more? Rural white men. Now their numbers are starting to escalate more. So, if you have a prostate, you're up to bat on this thing. You know, and last but not least, and this is kind of a quirky thing, you guys may not know this, but also, let's say if you're somebody who's transitioned from being a man to a woman, even when you take the whole operation for the transition, you still have a prostate.
So you're still at risk.
You're still at risk. So even she has to be mindful of where she's been, not where she's going, because where she's going is who she is, but where she's been can still come back and get her if she's not careful.
Well, guys, when is this event? How can people sign up? We want to get as many people to be walking as we possibly can.
Well, it's Cape Henlopen Park, starting at 8 o'clock. And how soon are you going to be signing books?
I'll be there early. We're set up, so come, bring the kids. I'll be there
hi.
signing away, saying hello. But it's this Saturday, too.
Yeah.
It's so coming up.
Right. So it's going to be at Cape Henlopen State Park. We'll have signing up for folks that are signing up that day, 8 o'clock. We'll have a program at 9 o'clock. We'll be introducing the books and all that kind of stuff at 9. And then we'll have the actual walk at 10 o'clock. And after 10 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, we'll have the cookout portion, which is some stuff from our vendors. And we're actually going to have hot dogs and hamburgers for folks that just want a good old-fashioned cookout. And then it becomes a party.
Well, let's have a party. Let's try to save some lives in the process. Guys, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I know, Paul, you've put in an insane amount of work on this. Marni, I know you've put in a bunch of work on this as well. I love the medals. Show that off one more time, because I think that this is really neat. You will get one if you were one of the people walking in this thing. So go sign up, go get out there, and if you're somebody that might be in a risk category, go get tested. It just might save your life.
Yeah.
All right, we have more Coast Life coming up next, but don't go anywhere. We got a great show for you.